It's going to be the New Orleans Hornets up against Darren Williams and the Brooklyn Nets. And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew. I'll see you at the half.
The Statue of Liberty beckoning brightly, a landmark feature here in New York City. We'll be bringing you an in-the-conference matchup in this one as the Hornets make the trip in for this one. At the Barclays Center, the fans here in Brooklyn amped up for their Nets. Thank you for joining us. It's the NBA presented by 2K Sports. For this Thursday afternoon game. While we've got a chance here, let's now take a look at the starting lineups, sponsored by State Farm. And breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Eric Gordon.
Well, Gordon is known for his ability to knock down threes. Tremendous range from the three-point line and beyond for Gordon. But I think what makes him dynamic is his strength and his ability to use the threat of the three-point shot to draw defenders out and then attack the rim from there.
That is scary on a player like Eric Gordon, too, Steve. I mean, you know that he'll start looking his way at the end of close games, so not only are you worried about him stepping up and knocking one down from deep, but you also know he can get to the rim and maybe create a three-point play. And you look at this new Nets ownership group over the last couple of seasons, guys, and the first word that comes to mind is aggressive. They're going after it. I mean, trading for veteran star talent, buying for the top free agents. They've said themselves they're not going to build slowly. They're going to try to make this thing happen in fast mode.
Good for them. Now here's Gordon. The dish to Lopez. Lopez is there. 6 to shoot. Lopez, no luck. Going back to the new ownership for the Nets. Certainly a well-financed team. And, you know, Jay-Z, a holdover from the previous ownership group. He's still involved. I think that especially for a guy that was raised in this area, I think it brings a nice closeness with the fans and the organization.
Yeah, a little bit of street cred, if you will.
Yeah, Steve, you're all about street cred.
Well, that's what I was raised on in Pacific Palisades, California. So I own that town, much like Jay-Z owns Brooklyn, baby.
Oh, man. And it's the Hornets with the ball, following the bucket by the Nets. Vasquez dishes to Lopez. Count the bucket.
Gotta love the low post offense. That was beautiful.
Here's Williams. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. He said that one player he's really wary of is Anthony Davis, adding he can impact the game in so many ways. Defense, shot blocking, rebounding, and scoring. He's still adding muscle, and we've got to capitalize on that strength advantage at both ends. Kevin, that's the MO for any young player. We'll see how he stands up to it.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
Well, what can I say about Joe Johnson? I know he's an enigma to some, but he's one of my favorite players to watch. A big guy for a wing player at 6'7", probably about 240 pounds, chiseled up, and just a tremendous skill level. He can really... Call it hang time and bang time.
Unbelievable.
You gotta just shake your head on that one.
Nets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Johnson left side, defended by Gordon. Bunny shot. A second chance effort, and there's the nice layup by Evans. Evans has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, that's what he does. He's going to fight and battle on the offensive glass all night.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. 6 on the shot clock. Vasquez kicks to Lopez. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Vasquez has got 3 assists now in this one. And here is Williams. To the inside. Puts it up. And there's Joe Johnson on the assist by Williams.
That's how you exploit that defense. Take the ball right to the basket.
A minute 50 left to play in the first. They set the screen. Vasquez kicks to Lopez. Kicks it out to Gordon. Davis with a screen on Johnson. Gordon the pass to Davis. Over Evans. And Davis can't get it to go. Nets leading by 5.
You know, you look at the Hornets, and it's still a relatively new franchise. Originally in Charlotte, that's where that team started. They've only been in the league since 1988, Kevin, and they've had a lot of success in a relatively brief tenure.
And a new group in for the Nets. Andre Blatch, he's checked in for Lopez. Humphries comes in for Reggie Evans. Keith Bogans, he's checked in for Gerald Wallace. And it's Watson in for Darren Williams. Aminu dishes to Davis. From down in the low post, it goes. Back to the Hornets since their formation, 1988, as you said, Clark. They've only missed out on the playoffs 12 times. That includes the first 4 years when they're just an expansion team trying to get their legs under them.
Yep.
So, Steve, not that bad a history.
No, not bad, and they're one of the better stories you can hope for if you're an expansion team. I mean, they really were amazing in Charlotte with their attendance, their appeal to that community, and now trying to build up a franchise in New Orleans with a young star in Anthony Davis.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Wallace comes in for Keith Bogans. And Darren Williams is subbed in for Joe Johnson. Here is Vasquez. He's covered by Watson. Here's Lopez. Rises up and throws it down.
You know, who says the big guy doesn't like to attack the basket? I mean, could have fooled me on that one.
Yeah, nice change of pace for him to power one home.
Yeah, it's not usually his role, but he takes advantage of the situation there.
Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Williams kicks over to Watch. Back to Williams. Second shot opportunity. Humphries with the bucket. Humphries has got his first 2 points of the night.
Excellent job carving out space under the glass to make that putback possible.
Here's Vasquez. Connects in the foul line jumper.
You just can't let him get that close to the hoop.
Nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Nets lead by 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
They've done a nice job on the offensive boards here, guys, and I think that was the difference in that first quarter, really pounding the offensive glass.
Well, they set the tone early with their mindset, their tenacity, and their hustle. I mean, that's the way they've come out, and it's served them well.
On the court right now, the second quarter for the Hornets. Vasquez at point with Rivers playing the 2. Jason Smith is out there with Ryan Anderson, and it's Thomas in at the small forward position.
And this really is such an interesting time for the Nets because the move to Brooklyn, I think, has elevated the image of that franchise. You know, they used to be the little brothers to the Knicks and, playing across the river in New Jersey. But now they basically are sharing the spotlight in the Big Apple, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Evans kicks to Watson. Over Rivers. There's the block. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Chris Humphries, prior to last season, became more famous for his life off the court after a short-lived celebrity marriage. Somehow that translated to a lot of boos when he played on the road. But Humphries did a great job of tuning it out and playing well. He said, at the end of the day, it's about coming to the gym and what you do on the court. And I think true basketball people respect guys that no matter what's going on in their life, they approach the game the same way. Focus and play hard. Kevin, not always easy to do.
And credit him for keeping his concentration on his job. Of course, good story, thanks. Some changes for Brooklyn. Chris Humphries has checked in for Evans. Wallace comes in for Keith Bogans. And Darren Williams is subbed in for Joe Johnson. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for New Orleans. Vasquez comes in for Eric Gordon. Rivers passes to Smith, and he converts the layup. Smith's got 6 here in this quarter. Yeah, Nets are now in one of the premier locations, Steve, for any sports franchise. Even if it was a short move, And I think, Clark, with that move, the whole mindset has seemingly changed.
Well, you can certainly call them a big market team now, and a lot of free agents will probably be interested in signing there. So definitely they've got a working advantage in their favor now.
The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Andre Blatch, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for Gerald Wallace. Vasquez kicks to Rivers. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Kicks to Aminu. Clock at 6. He feeds it to Vasquez. From outside the arc. Offensive rebound. Aminu dishes to Anderson. Here is Vasquez. Pass to Smith. Second chance shot. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. Smith's got 8.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
The pass to Humphries. The fadeaway. Good. Humphries has got his second basket of the night.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
You know, the Hornets had a really tough season, but one bit of silver lining for them was they weren't intimidated heading out on the road, really competed hard, and actually were a decent team away from home.
Humphries with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. Watson's running. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. And the Nets lead by 1.
I like it. He could have gone for the forced finish, but opted instead for kind of a nice, smooth finger roll. I like it.
Here's Vasquez. That's good. Vasquez has got his second basket. Back to the Hornets. They were a tough team, Clark. You're right, on the road, and it helped them climb back into the mix late in the season. And Steve, they kind of they steered some teams that were contending off the track a little bit.
And you know what I liked, Kevin, was they didn't tank. I mean, a lot of teams just were going after Anthony Davis, trying to win the lottery. But New Orleans played hard, I thought, the entire season. And maybe that's why they won the lottery. It's like karma was on their side.
Nice shot by Smith.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for them. At some points, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
There's the screen. Williams for 3. Can't get it to go. And New Orleans will go the other way with it.
I'd like to see a 2-for-1 situation here, Clark.
I agree. I think it's always good to give yourself that last shot.
Anderson, a screen on Williams. Vasquez passes to Rivers. Quick move inside. And he sinks the layup. And it's a 3-point Hornet lead.
No question, they're trying to pound the ball inside. That's 5 straight hoops inside.
And if the D won't stop it, keep at it. I mean, those are the kind of looks you want all day long.
Right side, Williams. Williams missing again.
Yeah, that's very uncharacteristic for him to miss that shot with such little defensive pressure.
Here's Vasquez. Here's Rivers. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. Second quarter ends in a tight one. Hornets on top, leading by 3. And we'll have the start of the second half when we come back after the break. But right now, let's go over to Damon Bruce with the Sprint Halftime Show.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And a fun game going out in the borough of Brooklyn. Thanks for joining us. A tight game for the Hornets, squaring off against the Brooklyn Nets. They've benefited from some excellent contribution from their bench, providing scoring in bunches when called upon. It's been a major advantage. Vasquez giving them a great boost. He's chipped in 4 points, and as usual, he's been handing out a lot of assists. And the Nets going all out. They're crashing the offensive glass with reckless intensity, tremendous hustle. Joe Johnson off to a good start. He's got 4 points, and he's made some key plays in the assist department, too. That's all we've got here. Now, back to Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris for the second half.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. And it's the Hornets with the ball. 3-point lead. Johnson and Wallace, the explosive set of wings. Evans is out there with Brook Lopez. And it's Williams at the 1 spot. So that's the Nets 5. Vasquez, that's good.
And Monty Williams, a former first-round pick of Notre Dame, out of Notre Dame, played 9 seasons in the NBA. And I know that playing experience is clearly an asset for a head coach.
Johnson, and the rebound goes to the Hornets.
Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent, the result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
And Aminu kicks to Lopez. Goes up, gives him the lead pass. Davis dishes to Lopez. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. Lopez has got 9. And going back to Coach Monty Williams, Steve, do you think having been a player really helps a coach?
I think so, Kevin. The players automatically respect somebody who has been in their shoes, who understands what the NBA is all about. But that respect will go away if they don't believe in the coach and his work ethic and his intelligence. And the good thing with Monty Williams, not only did he play, but he's a really bright guy who the players will pick up on right away for being really sharp and with it.
Johnson with it. He's picked up by Lopez. Wallace, the pass to Lopez. Shot is blocked. Here is Vasquez. He's guarded by Williams. Now the feed to Vasquez. Lopez, a screen on Johnson. Vasquez kicks to Lopez. Evans grabs the board. Evans has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And, of course, the big story last year for New Orleans was the saga of the Chris Paul trade that wasn't to the Lakers and then the subsequent trade that was to the Clippers. And what a tough position for Monty Williams and his coaching staff to be in. But they handled it pretty well. I think as Eric Gordon gets healthy and more productive this year, the Hornets will improve.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Andre Blatch, he's checked in for Lopez. And Chris Humphrey subbed in for Reggie Evans. Vasquez dishes to Lopez. And he slams it in one-handed.
And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah, no, certainly you're right. That's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
Williams can't get it to go. Well, the nation was watching that entire trade situation with Chris Paul and him eventually going to the Clippers, but good players, I think, Clark, ended up in New Orleans, players they can probably build around for the future.
Yeah, and to follow up on what Steve said, the Hornets will be much better off with a healthy Eric Gordon. He's an outstanding young player, and last year will be a distant memory soon enough. That's good.
Watch has got his first 2 points. New Orleans in the lead. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter of the game. Lopez, a screen on Williams. Here is Vasquez. He's guarded by Williams. Vasquez passes to Lopez. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. Lopez has got 13 points.
Boy, he's been good offensively tonight. I really like what I've seen.
Rivas Vasquez, the first Venezuelan player ever drafted into the NBA. Late first-round pick out of the University of Maryland.
And a new group in for the Nets. Brook Lopez is checked in for Blatch. Evans comes in for Chris Humphries. Keith Bogans, he's checked in for Gerald Wallace. And it's Watson in for Darren Williams. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Watson kicks to Bogans. He passes to Watson. Backing in. Shot clock at 6. Bogans. Evans. He's covered by Aminu. They get it back. Johnson dishes to Lopez. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got his 3rd assist on the night. Hornets have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And Vasquez, a feisty combo guard. And Steve, we saw it in college. Great passion for the game.
Yeah, he loves to play, Kevin. He comes out with a ton of energy. And what I like about him is he's got great size for a point guard, almost 6'6", and a real playmaker, a guy who thinks pass before shot.
Johnson, the pass to Watson. Shot from the top of the key. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Johnson's got 4 assists in the game. Lopez kicks to Vasquez. Stolen by Bogans.
Question is, do they go 2 for 1 here?
Oh, ridiculous.
Tore it down that time.
Man, oh man, finishing with flavor.
Yeah, he put something extra on that one, you're right.
And the bench going wild, guys. They love it. What an amazing dunk.
And that was Sprite bringing you the close-up on that big-time play. 6 to shoot. Vasquez dishes to Lopez. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
Boy, taking it hard to the rack for the big throwdown.
And give an unofficial assist, Clark, to his teammate for setting the screen that freed him up.
Good ball, Kevin. That was really the key to the play.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Hornets lead by 2. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Welcome back. It's time for the 4th quarter and time to check in with the 4th member of our team, Doris Burke, to find out who had the Sprite uncontainable game. Doris?
Hi, guys. Looking at the Hornets, it's been an uncontainable game from their backup center. With the way the scoreboard sits right now, you have to wonder if it would be this close without his great play off the bench. He's been a huge factor.
And Doris, thank you. What a great performance indeed. Such a huge lift to your team when you can get this production from a reserve.
Yeah, in my mind, Kevin, he's been the most valuable player of this game. And when you can say that about somebody coming off the bench, I mean, that just shows you the impact that one person can have on this game.
Well, like Kevin said, it is a huge lift. I mean, I think a performance like that coming from a sub really energizes everybody else. It's contagious.
Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. So the Hornets 5 right now. Ryan Anderson is at the 4 with Anthony Davis at the 5. Manning the backcourt, it's Rivers and Gordon. And it's Thomas in at the 3. And Davis puts it in.
Just too easy. They're getting whatever they want down there.
You said it, Steve. 5 straight field goals inside for him. The defense has to clamp down here.
Wallace outside. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 4 assists in the game.
And there's been 0 effort defensively by both these clubs tonight.
And don't let that high score fool you. I mean, it's a product of poor defense more than great offense.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, Monty Williams was just going over the plan with his team. With a deficit as we approach the final buzzer, he stayed upbeat, saying, listen, we can battle back, fellas. Just stay with me. I need all-out effort here, and we can bring it home. Fellas?
4th quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Goes up on the high post. Here's Evans. Knocks down the 10-footer.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps, and they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
Here is Vasquez. He's guarded by Williams. Lopez backs in. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Yeah, and the defense has to pick it up a little bit here. They're getting bullied inside, guys.
Yeah, they just have not competed well enough. I mean, they've not fought. You want to see fight and aggressiveness.
Davis is checked in for the Hornets. That's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Johnson, the pass to Williams. High post shot. They get it again. Lopez kicks to Williams. Lopez back to Williams. He dishes it to Lopez. Another shot, and it's sent back by Lopez. Oh, here we go with Gordon. Nobody back.
Not stop. There's no way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. I mean, pretty one-handed finish. That was nice.
Evans kicks to Johnson. Tipped. Lopez covering, and it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Lopez. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. 7 points for Brook Lopez.
And the defense just couldn't get a hand in his face, couldn't challenge the shot.
Yeah, it made his height advantage count that time.
Here is Vasquez. He's guarded by Williams. Double clutches. And Davis can't get it to go.
Yeah, trying to put a little mustard on the hot dog there. That was just convert the shot. Come on.
Williams gets the bucket. Now just a 2-point Hornet lead.
Tell you what, it has been all offense all game long.
You know what? This is really fun to watch, guys. I mean, as a coach, though, this is when you want to just harness this energy and bottle it up and ride it all the way.
Vasquez, that's good.
3 straight buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Well, speaking of effortless, we'd like to see a little more out of the defense. So how about trying, guys?
1:24 left in the fourth quarter. Backing him down is Johnson. Back to Williams. The Nets working the ball around now. 3-pointer. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got his 6th assist on the night.
I like the way that he has really stayed aggressive from that 3-point line after not making a single one before the halftime.
Vasquez dishes to Davis. Hammers it home. That one just took the air right out of the crowd.
Yeah, he simply said, sit down and keep quiet with that one.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing coming out of these fans now.
52 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Williams for 3. Money! And oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer.
Boy, has he picked it up in the second half. He's on fire.
Lopez, a screen on Williams. Here is Vasquez. He's guarded by Williams. Vasquez passes to Davis. Leads him in there. He hangs. And Evans pulls it down.
Kind of got caught in between moves there on his way to the hoop.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Williams kicks to Wallace. Joe Johnson on the wing. It's off.
Good strength there. Just barely off with that attempt.
I don't think you can fault him right there. A lot of contact on that one.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Just clutch work. That's all you can say. A little bit of defense now, and they'll be out of here with a win.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here is Vasquez. Up off the screen. Dunked hard with one hand. And it's all knotted up.
What a talented leaper. Loves to climb up and throw it down. Man!
Oh, Clark, he gets up so quick.
Yeah, it's like a pogo stick.
Oh, my gosh. Not a lot of point guards in the league can jam like he can.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and he's able to finish, guys, amongst all the big fellas in the paint. Just amazing athleticism.
Here's Williams. It's a narrow victory for the Hornets. They pull out the win. And Clark, you know, it was quite a nail-biter.
Yeah, it was tight. Their guys were able to come up with big plays down the stretch, and that's the difference.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for joining us as we leave you with the Jordan Player of the Game.